welcome to A Quest for Metal and welcome to me talking about the top black metal albums of all time on Rate Your Music. It looks a bit confusing because it does look like, the rating for the top one is 3.9, but it's higher on the second one. What's going on? What is happening? It takes into account the ratings as well. As you can see, 21,000 people have rated the top one, whereas only 9,000 have rated the second one, and so on and so forth, so it kind of compiles all the data like that. But yeah, we're going to be talking and discussing about the top black metal albums on Rate Your Music and seeing if I agree, if I disagree, if anything feels out of place. I want you guys to play along at home. So let's start off with the obvious one, Philosophem by Burzum, as the number one rated black metal album of all time. And admittedly, this is the album I first heard of proper black metal. I was into Cradle of Filth way before all this, but this was the first proper black metal album I heard. And it is a weird place. I definitely disagree with it being the number one of all time. It's influential, for sure. I love it still. I've got a physical copy, I love it still. But on re-listening, I don't even think it's the best Burzum album. I much prefer the debut, and I feel like Hiviz, Lycet Tars, is better, is more consistent. If this album kind of didn't have that long 24-minute ambient piece at the end, maybe it'll be, I could say it as number one, but it does, so it kind of drags it down a little bit. It's definitely the most influential, definitely one of the best. But the absolute best, I kind of disagree. I would put the debut, I would put Hiviz. Even the second album, I kind of like this more than the second album. But the others, I'd have them higher than Philosophem. So kind of disagree with that, but I can understand it is classic. It's influential, the artwork's amazing. I even have the shirt of it. It's good, yeah. Number 2 is Storm the Lightsbane by Dissection, another classic melodic black metal. This is often seen as, it says it here, melodic death metal as well. Yeah, some people say it's melodic death, some people say black. I don't care. It's just good music. Does it deserve to be in the top 10? Probably. It is definitely one of the iciest cold, and definitely one of the most melodic black metal albums I've ever heard. Number 2, though, I'd swap some of these around. I'd put it in the top 10 for sure, but number 2, maybe not. Maybe not. I'd probably put the next one higher. Blaze in the Northern Sky by Dark Throne definitely deserves to be there. Absolute classic in the genre. Starting off with that long song, which is just intense the whole way through. Love it. It's very raw, satanic. It's just, it is black metal. This is black metal. I feel like this should be even higher. I'd even put this as number 1 over these two. I would. For black metal as a whole, I'd put it as number 1. Next up, we have a double hitter of both Emperor albums, Anthems and In the Nightside. Now, Anthems is one space higher. That's crazy. Usually In the Nightside is the classic. For me, I prefer Anthems, so I'm kind of happy this is here. But really, I could see this being higher as well. I could see Blaze top, In the Nightside second. It's one of the best symphonic black metal albums of all time. Even though I do kind of prefer Anthems, it's a bit more chaotic, a bit more just intense, in my opinion. But I have no qualms with Emperor being in the top 10. Definitely not. Both fantastic albums. Both fantastic. Next up is a very interesting one. This is very interesting. Agalok, Ashes Against the Grain. Now, I love this album. I actually love Agalok. The only one I don't like is Serpent and Sphere. But I like all the other albums. My favourite's probably Pale Folklore right now. But this one's good, but it just feels out of place on this list. I don't know if it's just me, it feels out of place. Especially this album. Like Falling Snow and stuff, great songs. But really, The Mantle's not higher? That's interesting to me, because that's considered the classic. And I could see that being maybe higher in the top 10, but I don't see Ashes in the Grain being higher than some of these. Like, being higher than, I'm seeing Bergtat over here. I don't think Ashes Against the Grain is more classic of black metal than Bergtat, in my opinion. Because this is the first atmospheric black? Or I guess Burzum is. Okay, the second atmospheric black on the list. But really? Over Bergtat? Bit interesting. I disagree with this one, even though I like it a lot. Next up again is an interesting one, Weakling, Dead as Dreams. More atmospheric black, kind of progressive. A very good album. Every time I throw it on, I think it's a blast. Top 10 of all time, though? Not sure about it. Not sure. I don't think it's as classic. Again, I don't think it should be higher than Nilva's. I don't think it should be higher than At the Heart of Winter. It feels weird for me having that higher in an overall list like this. Yeah, Emperor, yeah, Dark Throne, Burzum's Dissection, I can understand them. Then it goes to Weakling and Agalok, and I'm like, what is the jump? What's happened here? And it came out in 2000. It's such a weird modern album to be this high. But it's a good album. No qualms here. It's a good album. Just weird placement. Next up, Essential, Ulva, 95. Atmospheric Black, one of the best in the whole category. I love it. I feel like it should be higher. I feel like it should be top 5 or something. The mood in here is perfect. I love this album. Definitely deserves to be here. Same as At the Heart of Winter. Immortals classic. I'd probably put the debut, Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism, or even Pure Holocaust or something like that, higher. But At the Heart of Winter's great. It's a little longer songs, a bit more mid-paced, but it's still a fantastic classic of an album. And Immortals got to be in the top 10. It's Immortal. I don't know how these others are higher, but yeah. I'm fine with that. Next up is Parakleta by Deathspell Omega, 2010. Ooh, this album's fantastic. I love this. Avant-garde up the wazoo. This is such a chaotic, swirling, dissonant mess of an album that I love. Intense all the way through. I'm kind of annoyed what's below it, though, if I'm being honest, because I just saw what was below it then. Oh, you fuckers. But anyway, yeah, love Deathspell Omega, love Parakleta. I think it's a fantastic album. Happy it's there. But over Blood, Fire, Death, what is wrong with you? This should be in the top 3, if not number 1. I love it. It's the perfect combination of like Viking metal and the black metal. People say that, and I'm doing a review for it as my next video. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, I'm going to be reviewing this album next, but it's fast as hell. After re-listening to it, I'm like, every song is just pure intensity. It feels just like black metal, like the debut does. No, but this is an absolute banger. It pioneered the whole genre. They pioneered black metal as well. I know Venom and stuff did, kind of. That's more thrashy, though. Bathory had that sound down. And yeah, either this, or The Return, or Under the Sun of the Black Mark should be in the top 10. 11 is just not good enough. Rate Your Music. It's not good enough. Pull your finger out your ass. Bathory needs to be higher. This needs to be higher. Next up, 12 is Burzum Hiv's Lycit Taros. Like I said before, really great album. Probably one of the best atmospheric black metal albums of all time. And I can see it in the top 20. I'd probably put it higher than Philosophum personally, but yeah, 12's good to me. No problems here. Next up, 99, Passage Deliva. I love this band, and I love the atmospheric kind of category. This album's fantastic, but in the top 20 of all time, again, bit iffy on that. Bit iffy. Next one, definitely Under the Sun of the Black Mark. 100% needs to be higher. 14? Come on, that should be number 1 or 2. Seminal album, just pure ferocity all the way through. I love it. Again, Transylvanian Hunger, pure rawness and energy all the way through. My favourite Dark Throne album, so personally I have this like way higher, even higher than Blaze, but this is supposed to be like a community list, so Blaze is more popular, so I can understand Blaze being higher. But it being lower than like Paysage and Agalok? Don't know. Then we have De Mysterious. What the fuck is this doing so low? 16, again, this is the black metal album that everyone gets into. I don't even need to get into the controversy or anything. It's classic, it's great. Freezing Moon's one of the best black metal songs of all time. I think this should be high as well. This should be in the top 10. I'm just kind of thinking objectively. It should be like De Mysterious, Blazing Northern Sky, something by Immortal. Don't know which one. Sons of Northern Darkness, maybe. Emperor, Bathory. You know, Sarcophago. Those should be the top 10. But yeah, no problems with this on this list. Just feel like it should be higher. Next up is a weird one. Verasakit. I love Moon Sorrow. Again, atmospheric black, pagan black. My favourite kind of genre. I've ranked them on the channel. Love this album, but it's a weird pick. It is a weird pick. Is this supposed to be the best album by them? I love it to pieces, but I've always thought, some of the others were supposed to be better. Yeah, I don't know. I have no problems with it being here. It just is a bit of a weird one, a bit out of place. But it is a fantastic album, and I'd rather listen to this than a lot of the others, so colour me surprised. Just like this one. Fas eti maledicti in ignum aeternum by Deathspell Omega. Really good album. Really good. I could even see it being higher than Parakleta's. But it is kind of weird on this list, you know? It's kind of weird being higher than Under a Funeral Moon. Or weird being higher than the Somber Lane. Or let's scroll down. Weird being... What the fuck is that doing? Weird being higher than Pure Holocaust. Slaughter Sun. Oh, my two favourite albums right next to each other. Oof. Or Nathan's Madrigal. The Sons of Northern Darkness. Yeah, so it is a bit weird placement, but I still love it to pieces, so it's fine. Next up is Gris, which is another interesting, nice surprise. Love it. Again, weird being higher than Under a Funeral Moon, but I can appreciate it. I love the album. And then number 20, the last one I'm going to mention, Under a Funeral Moon. It's got all three in the top 20, which I'm happy about. So 3 Dark Throne albums, the Unholy Trilogy. It's all good. And again, we got the Somber Lane, Exercise in Futility, one of the best modern black metal albums of all time. Voice of fucking Steel by Nocturnal Mortem. Oh, if it was my personal list, this would be number 1 or 2. I love that album. Sunbather, it's definitely an album. I don't hate it like some people do. It's just in the top 30 of all time black metal. It's a bit weird. Again, more Paysage, more Dark Throne, Murmur, interesting pick. Primordial to the Name is Dead, interesting album, interesting. Slaughter Sun classic, Written in Waters classic, Lurker of Chalice, interesting. Wolves on the Throne Room 2 Hunters, I don't think should be there, not big fan. Blood in My Wells is my favourite black metal album of all time, so that would be number 1 for me. On Tour is my second favourite of all time, so that would be number 2 for me. I love the pagan stuff. I love it. Atmospheric, black, pagan. Viking of Laveldi, beautiful. Nathan's Madrigal, my favourite over. Runes of Beverast, a bit more interesting. And the Sons of Northern Darkness. So that is the top 40 of all time, according to Rate Your Music. Do you agree with this list? Do you disagree? What would you add? I'm trying to think of albums I'd add to this list that I don't see here. Sarcophago's INRI. Why the fuck is that not here? I'm guessing this is not taken into account first wave, but then I see I see Bathory here. Under the Sun of Black Mar in 1987. So come on. Where's Sarcophago? Samael. Where's Samael? Blood Ritual? Something like that. Could be on here. There is a lot I feel like they missed off. But overall, I'm fairly happy with it. Just a couple of outliners like this Agalok one. Weakling's a bit interesting. I don't think it should be top 10. And I guess Paysage. Aside from that, yeah, pretty good. So that was a little just going through the albums. I don't know what to do with my hands there. I turned into the guy from Team America. Derek, I'm here with you. That was just me going through the albums on Rate Your Music to see what was the top 40 of all time as voted by the community. So don't take it out on me. This is the guy's fault. So let me know down below how you would rank them. What's your top 40 or top 10? We'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.